Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, please click on the subscribe button below.
The number one purpose of your pastor is that it's a gift from God to you. My own career is the calling of a prophet. That's my ministry, that's my calling. And I told in first I said the ministry of a prophet is that a prophet speak for God. A prophet is a man of revelation. A prophet is a seer, and a prophet unveil the mystery of Christ. His message is Christocentric. Yes, his message is Christ. He unveil the mystery of Christ. The reason for this calling is to train and discipline God's people, not punish. This means to train God's people. The reason for our calling is to train and discipline God's people, to nurture God's people. That is our job. The job of an apostle and the job of a prophet, they have the same purpose. The offices may be different, but they drive for one purpose, for one cause. Are you following me? A manager of a bank, an accountant of the bank, the cashier, they are all driving for what? One purpose. Even though their jobs are different, but in the difference in their job, they are there to achieve one goal. What is the purpose for these gifts that God gave to men as pastor? What is our job? So the purpose of this fivefold calling of God, because an apostle is a calling, it's not a title, it's a calling, it's a call for responsibility, and the responsibility is to train God's people, is to nurture God's people according to God's agenda. No apostle have his own agenda. Whether you are called to preach holiness, whether you are called to preach faith, whether you are called to preach prosperity, irrespective of what you are called to do, there is one purpose. If your prosperity you preach, if the holiness you preach, if faith that you preach is not bringing forth this purpose of the calling, it means you are not of God. Now, what is the job of a man of God? What is the job of a pastor? What is the job of me, your pastor, and every pastor? Number one, our job is to nurture God's people. Like I said before, number one, for the sake of people who came now, number one is to nurture God's people of the ministry that God has called us into. So our job is to train God's people for the work of the ministry. Anybody cannot just be a pastor. There's a purpose why you are called to be a pastor. There's a purpose why you are called to be a prophet. A prophet must be a seer. If a man doesn't see, it's not of God. And a prophet must provide solution. That is his job. It's not just to see, it's to also see and provide solution. When they see without solution, it's not of God. Number two, which is winning souls. Number two, become part of the work of God as it enables the vision and the assignment that God gave to grow and expand. Our job is to build the body of Christ, is to build the congregation, to build us how we can grow. Is for the growth of the ministry.